Welcome. Welcome to Drawing Friends Together. I'm going to do a flower. I'm starting the drawing in just plain water, just to see where to put these things, and then I'll add some color afterward. This is not watercolor paper, it's going to bubble up, but I'll go to some stronger paper afterward. One day a friend gave me this plant with no flowers. Hi. Good morning. Hey, babe.
We can keep going with your drawing friends together now.
Okay, thanks, son. I love you. Just having fun putting shapes down. I suppose I could do a wash and then do a texture over the top. Each little stroke is important. It'll show. Even though these colors may be more than what you see in nature, they are going to work because your eye will blend them together, kind of like a pointillist painting. When you start putting down strokes and they're confident, and you leave them without going back to retouch them a lot, that's when they really seem to feel like they belong there, and they're enjoyable to look at. As you develop your art abilities, it's important to be patient with yourself because it's not going to happen instantaneously. You learn from your current experience what you're doing, and then you go on and take the things that you learned. Some of it's sort of internalized instinctively, like muscle memory, and some of it is conscious. A lot of it is emotional. You just practice it and keep going with what you learned from your practice. All right, this is just a little pencil sketch to help me with my original drawing. And then I will get some watercolor going on. I don't know how to do watercolor really. I just kind of put it down and mush it around and see what happens. You're welcome to try that method with me, or you can look it up and learn how to do it for reals. The thing about flowers is that they are ethereal. They're just so delicate and gentle, and they need a light touch. You get better every time you practice something. It's not really about the thing you're drawing, it's about the experience and the enjoyment.
It's about the neurologic circuits you're laying down.
Yeah.
It's all about
What about running? You get better at running, but then your foot breaks and you can't keep running. Am I going to break something by drawing too much? It's probably a less dangerous sport than...
It happens. Like artists get carpal tunnel syndrome.
Oh yeah, they do. They get carpal tunnel. They get burned out, like they get whatever it is, writer's block. They don't know what to draw. They don't know what to write. Mm-hmm. And art is something more flexible than that. It's more a reaction to life than I will extract from this some kind of thing I can sell.
But it's so much work.
It is so much work.
You want to make it a monetary thing.
You want to make it worth your time.
And with my music, I find that after I post something, I'm excited about it. I want to see, is it getting traffic? Is it getting comments? And then I just don't want to make anything for a while.
Because it took so much energy to make that.
I want to go running for a while, do something else.
Yeah. You know, the art guys, Lee White, he says, yeah, I can knock out a painting in a day. And somebody's like, what's a day? A morning, an afternoon, 12 straight hours? He's like, oh, my day includes going outside, playing frisbee golf, and talking with my kids and walking my dogs and checking on my house. And I'm talking about like 3 hours in the morning. That's a day. So I thought, yeah, see, they have multi-layered lives. They're not just sitting there drawing constantly. I've got this white area that I want to preserve. And it'll look better if I put some dark stuff going on around there. Drawing videos are kind of boring, but I think they're fascinating. I love watching the people draw. I love watching their hands and their color choices. I love watching them put things down and change things, and I think, aha, see, I do that too. Aha, that's a legitimate way to do it. I knew it was. And then I see them make a mistake, and then they say, oh, and then they change it, and I think, ah, see, even professionals make mistakes. And how they react to it is important, because when you're making mistakes and you're learning and you're young and you're worried about things, everything, you might quit because you made a mistake. But it's nice to see the example of how to make a mistake and recover from it. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Try to make these lessons quick so that they're easier to do. But once I get in, I want to spend more time. There's so much to do. I finally used up my water. Need to get some more. I'll do that later. Now's my chance. You gotta use your chance when you've got it, you know? All these strokes are important. The direction that you're going is important. You gotta make it count. Those beautiful Chinese and Japanese sumi-e painters, they knew their stuff, and they'd practice so that they could get the right stroke, the right time. Watercolor can get scrubby. Gotta let it be a little bit flowy and just put down the stroke and then leave it. You might not like it. You might think, I could do better if I just go over it one more time. You can try and resist that. And just let it be. It's like children. Gotta let them be. It's important to let them have their own life. The artwork that you do will have its own life. It will have its own spirit of what you put into it. And that's a valuable thing. You can't force the reaction you're going to get from somebody when they see your work. They'll react in their own way because they have their own lives going on. And when they see it and they react and then they attribute it to your art, you know it's really the thing that they brought to it. Because that's who they are and that's what they're going through in their lives at the time. You're going to have people say, oh, it's so beautiful, it made me feel this way. And it's really their personal ability to feel that's giving them that sense of enjoyment of the art. And some people don't see anything or feel anything when they see art. They need to learn how to see and feel. Art, I believe, is supposed to make you feel something. It's supposed to make you feel something beautiful. I don't care for art that is an expression of people's angst. I have enough angst I don't want to experience anymore. I really want some peace and happiness. I need some joy. I need some rest from all of that. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I want to elevate the world, make it a better place, not just share pain. Pain's important and you do need to share it, but that's not what I want right now. I want better. So this is just barely touching the paint, picking it up, letting the water in the brush do the job. If you're constantly dipping it in the water and washing out your brush, there's no room for the chemistry to happen, the mixing to happen on your paint, on your paper. Gotta give it a chance to go and do whatever it does when it's blending. I will say it's important to keep your paints clean, not get them too muddy. If you're gonna go for a nice color that's clean and you want it to look a certain way on your paper, test it out on another piece of paper just to see if it's, just test it out somewhere and see if it's the color that you want. It's okay to layer watercolor. You gotta go over it several times to make sure it's getting dark enough. I see that I need to go darker on a lot of things here. There's also a wash. You can do washes. It requires a certain amount of restraint as well as confidence to put things down for watercolor. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I thought this looked just fine until it dried, and then it wasn't very saturated anymore. And I thought, ooh, it needs some more work. And that's totally fine to do it in layers, and it will look better if you can get all the darks in. And at other times you just leave everything very light. That's called high key. High key is everything is light and nothing gets very dark. Thanks for spending time with me. I hope you had good experience.